A very sad.
Yep, little dealer
Pricing
net.
out collections.
High roll.
I didn't tell you, Bailey.
5.
No.
5.
Apparently had friends.
The whole time.
The whole time.
Wait,
7.
I'm not. We're not talking anymore.
10.
Play.
We'll talk about it.
Yeah. That's interesting. Like, but hey, you do whatever you want. And then I got Brockton MA. I was like, wow, she put things up in cow on her, huh?
Oh, damn.
That's good. Hey, that's not my problem. It's their problem.
Right.
Nothing to do with me. But yeah, I forgot that I hadn't told you.
Home love. It was young, puppy love.
That reminds me of one of my most devastating stories. I'll have to tell it after. 2, 4, 6, 7.
Young, pretty, and beautiful. Very strong.
I'm on the play. I'll try this on the play.
The sleeves?
Go to 6.
Peanut butter sleeves?
Peanut butter scented sleeves. Yes.
What of the day?
I was gonna say I was having some quality time with my dog. I apologize.
Oh my god. Hard pass.
Squeeze.
So I showed Tim a vine earlier. That he'll never see before.
A vine? What is a vine?
So
Tim and I are like vine lords.
He's never seen this one.
No, I hadn't.
So it's the one where the girl's sleeping and they pour a bottle of water on her and she's like,
Oh, yeah.
hello?
Yes, yeah. You haven't seen that one? Oh my god.
She just wakes up like,
Hello?
hello?
I'll try this.
My favorite vine of all time is the one where the guy goes, woo! And smashes his head against the stove.
What?
He's like covered in like baking flour for some reason and like puffs all up. Or you can't
Can you bottom that? You bottom the card off the scry?
Yes.
Draw from.
Have you seen that one?
No.
Oh my goodness.
This is why we shouldn't play together and why we should play together.
Right, exactly.
We're just loud.
Did I win the battle?
This is a great hand.
Oh, he plays baseline. I gotta worry about baseline.
Play like 10 basics.
Preordained.
Yeah, but like,
It's a lie.
Two, 5, 6. Okay. Just making sure. I guess it's all you.
Best hand is okay.
Yes.
That's alright.
Ponder.
Yes.
what's that? Well, he was there for like snapping from.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Barnes.
Burger.
Recruiter of the great.
Barn burner.
See, the problem with that phone call is it's
Go ahead.
only on speaker mode.
Wait, there's a phone call mode?
I figured that out that day as well.
Pass.
But
Upkeep.
it's only speaking.
Swamp.
Put that thing back work.
Draw.
Or whatever.
Brainstorm.
Yes.
Hey, are you single? Yeah.
Robert.
So she's like, hey,
Literally just having a normal conversation.
Sorry, you drank?
Hey,
Yeah,
you're
so
single?
that,
Like, yeah, I'm single. Well, they turned on like,
Good.
Yeah.
Really?
Yeah.
Who is this person?
Very forward.
How you
Oh,
young?
she listens to me.
Okay, you older than you. Are you trying?
Yeah.
Yep.
So she's my age.
Yeah.
Who is it?
Can't cast a creature.
Pass.
I probably should know. I don't know her.
Oh,
Okay. I just
you get your age.
I know her.
Yeah, she.
Thinking. Pain in my butt.
Oh, because
Her dog.
Traeger.
Chris Traeger.
Chris Traeger.
What
if I just left?
Alright.
You just walked out.
Left all belongings.
Traeger. I like this.
Who's Chris Traeger?
The
16.
oh, the guy from
To make the right play.
Damn you.
It's a really good draw.
I wasn't about to. Sir, I'm at 21. So, yeah, you get Andrew. Please.
Maybe you're 1 mana.
Draw.
Alright, my turn.
What?
Nice. Stop fucking with it.
I don't know what that is. Yeah, I was.
Okay.
Yeah.
Good.
I'm not surprised.
No. There's us.
Text up. Yep. 3. Pass. Upkeep. Swamp. Underground Sea.
Draw.
She's in the voice. She's in the ether.
I kept fiery confluence.
She's about to munch the shit out of it.
I don't have shown until I'm
And you know what this is.
You probably don't want to know.
And I only it's obviously. I'm supposed to
Like Catterbox?
I can describe it considering there's
Google.
Infernal. Dark Ritual. All you.
How many cards are in your hand?
You sack. Go ahead, you sack.
I have
I don't want him
4 cards in hand.
bad.
Which is a
Text 3.
9.
You don't know what
Pass.
this is either?
Upkeep.
No, just
Let's
show me
go.
what it is. Okay, cool.
Volcanic Underground.
Rain of Filth.
Probably the right call.
Okay.
I want to be learned.
Draw.
Speak up.
It's
Dark Ritual.
I don't want to read it.
I know what it is. I'm actually curious, so.
You are.
I am.
Dark Ritual.
Yep.
You're not curious.
Okay.
No, I actually, I
I don't think that's a card.
Target starts to flash.
Ad nauseum.
It's in steps.
And respond
Stop reading.
with
so I
Don't do it. I will get to trade for.
yeah. Hold on.
You gotta stop.
Don't do it.
You won't like it.
guess I'm gonna keep it. Alright, so ad nauseum. I've got Storm 3. No, Storm 4 because of ad nauseum. And no mana floating. These 3 lands were in play when I played the Rain of Filth. And I'm at 9.
8.
I'm gonna throw up. Yes.
Okay.
It's worse than necrophilia. Think of it that way.
Oh my god.
I don't understand.
What?
Four.
Yeah.
How old's the corpse?
Fresh.
Why is that number if you can read the definition if you want?
I don't want
here.
to know.
Like I said, great summary. Great summary.
Here, it's
Pretty
laid out
close
steps.
here.
That's a good one to have.
Ah.
Yep.
Much of shit.
Alrighty.
There's a word for that.
So
Did
the
you know
storm's
that?
4.
I didn't know that was a thing.
So it would be 5, 6, 7.
He's reading upside reader. He's reading upside
You'd
down.
be amazed how quick I can read upside down.
No, I'm sick.
Munging. It's just.
Oh, what is the game to this? I don't know.
Better now.
You feel better now.
Do you feel it all?
I will put back this.
Take a-
I mean, mine's just all the way to 9.
Go ahead.
Not playing land. 2 turns. I could die through some cards. I've not played a land this turn.
Then must find a body.
5,
Six.
6.
Open the free. Open the free door.
The first one's actually
Close the
pretty
day.
good too.
Oh,
It's a story.
free door.
It's a story.
It's a story. It's actually really funny.
One thing worse than genocide.
Yeah. It's
I don't know about that.
What is happening?
Yeah.
Portant?
I've been playing this deck. So I really just need, what, like ritual?
Flip a coin with magic.
Like I can't go too low because Thalia just straight up murks me. I guess I'm gonna stop here. So Storm's 4.
Drop. No, I'm not throwing up, so that doesn't have a weak stomach. It's just like, yeah. On your turn.
And the use in a sentence is, dude, let's go monkey.
Drop Portant.
Alright, so let's do it like this. Lines a diamond.
Storm 5.
Oh my god!
What are
This is
they
exit after my girlfriend's house.
That was the happiest moment of that
3
whole trip
mana.
when we all could.
1 I can sack.
We all knew what it
Just this
was.
land. Left.
Good times.
Infernal. Crack. LEDs. 3 red.
Oh, no,
3
I-
black.
I'll
Storm
play
6.
Okay.
Barnstorm.
Alright, so
Turn.
let's see here.
Turn.
All the creatures in
Turn.
We have 2. I can get 2 extra mana out of the graveyard. Alright.
Turn.
I'll just flip over a 4.
Burger.
Okay. I'm winning a bit.
Burger.
So we all know where I stand.
Should have had some faith.
House for 1.
Would have been, actually, those 2 would have been.
That would have cinched it.
That would have done it for sure. Yep.
You need a female at that point.
Hey.
So it's 14 people.
I will leave 1 black mana, 14 goblins.
Okay.
Do I even have goblin tokens?
Goblin tokens.
I know I've got them. I just haven't kept any goblins in play yet.
Like a burger. Like a tasty burger. Is it a veggie burger?
My name's Chris.
Hey.
I'm very upset.
Your phone thing.
To
Tasty burger.
Actually, no, sorry, no, not at this time. No, yeah, it's so stupid. At PTQ, you would have to start yourself. Alright, you make this.
Sleep.
flashback to ball therapy.
Yes.
I'll hit the Sword of Fire and Ice. And it's your go.
So good.
Or red.
Yeah.
Attack.
Yep. Fetch land was wrong.
Goblin.
Yep.
Yeah. Yes.
Buff. Good. Yeah.
Yeah, you know, at 5 life there, it's tough to keep flipping.
Yeah, I
But
mean,
it seemed like at the time you were almost like not committed to the turn, like you were thinking about maybe taking it to the next turn.
no, I was definitely. I had to either empty or tendrils that turn. It was just a question of whether or not I was going to stop short and then therapy. But cracking the fetch land made it so that line didn't make any sense because I was dead to Thalia on board. Like I needed enough goblins that I could actually kill you on my attack, or enough that I could get hit by Thalia and then attack, and then the crackback wouldn't be lethal. You know what I mean? So that was pretty terrible. Poorly played.
Go ahead.
This is a game now, Dylan. This has become a game. I love it. This is on the side.
Just bring in.
I got some out here. Thanks for being a good note.
Also,
Yeah.
also you.
All set?
I'm not gonna like doing the commentary on these. This is some weak play on my end all night.
Sucks. Like I was playing Magic Online the other day, and I just I totally set up a portent with a Terminus on top and Pat, and I clicked yes to shuffle for some reason. Just like, oh man, you didn't want to be there when that happens.
Yep.
Got some real outs here. Yeah, what you got there, little buddy?
Your clock is ticking.
Oh no!
Wonder if there's like a finish for leather where, or if there's like a type of sleeve that doesn't stick to it as much.
Oh, you're finding it sticky?
My issue is like, yeah, I can't. But like, you know, I could also just like lift everything and place it, but I'm used to kind of like sliding things around on the playmat. I guess it's something I could get used to.
Wait, fun to what? In what playoffs?
So really on that.
Triple
Yeah, I
Try this.
Oh yeah, that's way better. This looks cool though. Like this is leather.
Yep.
Don't complain about a perfect winning, about a not perfect. Personally, would have been having, but a very winning.
All right, I'll play.
All right.
You said two.
It's really not.
Can't beat
Try
the
this.
triple force and seems like it's a J stand.
Past in flames and tendrils in hand.
It's tough.
Yeah.
You have to have a really specific other 5 for that to be the.
No lands. No lands either. Just not a lot to love there.
No. If the other cards in the hand don't add up to a turn 1 win, then it's hard to justify that.
That's what's happening to
I was there for a minute. We were right back into it.
I'll keep that there. Here you go.
Doesn't look like it.
We put that shit back where it came from.
Yes.
There's no reading around it.
Imagine bringing notes to a window.
make any now?
If there's something to say to them,
I remind you of that. Fuck off, Tim.
You had a triple force hand against the force.
I remember what
Complained about not
have
and then
force I
complained-
grew into.
and then complained about not being able to cast a chase that you also had in your hand. It would have been nice. I totally agree with that. But Monodorks shouldn't be relevant late game threats. That shouldn't be a thing.
yeah, Tim. Yeah, yeah, Tom. Yeah, Richard.
There's the payment thing.
Yeah.
But he'd still pay.
Mark LED. 4 black. Storm.
Last week I lost to
I'll check
Silver,
there.
but he's double force, double
2, 3, 4. Yeah.
So,
I need to know.
what's happening every time in the show?
Right. 1, 2, 3. Yeah, mana's right. Okay, so 4 black, Storm 4, Infernal on the stack.
No, you can fucking read it. Sometimes I can't read my own handwriting, so you know what?
I had to borrow Kyle's back.
Shut up!
14. What am I putting on?
You
I'm
talking
losing.
to Tim. But I'm gonna be near you, so.
Yeah, you were just
In the crossfire.
You were just there.
Lateral. You're a cat.
Check pile. I would have preferred to play
Czech Republic.
Island Walk that.
Cut.
Oh, me too.
I'm like 3/4 open a lot of shallows.
Storm 5.
Yep.
Having it for
Good start.
This deck I'm 7 to 1 stopping deck. I'm borrowing my keepers. 3 angels. I have 68 of the 75 cards, but the remaining 7 cards are like $1,500.
I understand.
Our folks in a tough place in Modern though.
Yeah. Great. It's just like,
Awesome.
I would take it apart.
Okay.
Yeah, no, I mean it's a good deck. The issue is that the disruption is much better when you
Okay,
can focus it on a couple of like really
Blue.
You were at
intense decks.
Storm 5.
And
And I'm at
Modern
3.
is just so wide open that you need catch all.
you were at 19 when you started.
Yep.
4, 5, 6, 8,
Anyway, have a good night.
12,
Your games.
I give it back to you already.
Kyle's back.
3. Yep.
So the thing's working now.
I can definitely script.
Yeah, slide it.
Totally fine.
I believe you, Jeff. I don't know how it said card not read, and then you have done it. I don't understand why it did that, but okay.
If only you'd let me get to 2 mana, Eric.
These two comments
Seems-
were on top of the pile.
Seems like a weak line.
Boy, you
There's 2 of them.
Yeah.
Well, this game didn't do what did you want to play? So far?
All set? Three, they're like
Through my skull.
from and
Dear Dane.
tribal commander.
Dear Dane.
I don't know why all this is not down there.
Yep. Yeah, I never met you before. I don't know who you were.
Well, it's a big game on 2 quarters, like
Oh, 14.
you play any of the Smash Brothers?
Not for a very long time.
Very,
The new one that they
down
announced,
there.
um,
from the tribal
it has every character from every Smash Brothers. So it should be pretty cool. It's gonna have like 70 characters.
Might not be the case.
Are you sure?
I bought commander cards. Commander set.
Which?
E17.
Six.
You have actually you said.
I'll try this.
Sure.
My VP that's E16.
Good.
Okay, you know.
Oh, yeah. Fuck now. I can fuck with that.
Still though,
Just in case.
Leyline's still very good against
But
it.
I can't fuck with you.
Yeah.
Like 90%
Pass.
of my
Turn
decks
brainstorm?
are, like, hand
Okay.
disruption.
Hey, it's a good
Druid's repository. I don't know what that is. This was the only card.
What is it called?
Druid's repository.
Until I grab the card from the void.
You know what I took that card when you guys on the wall box.
Actually, it's a
Out of single sword.
Oh yeah, you went. I had 2. Yeah, but you had Russian. Yeah, what's that? It would have delayed a turn. It was kind of hard pressed on man. Let's go to
Draw?
the reason that I untapped that crystal red. Yeah, no. Untapping crystal red. I was like, well, I could have just went for it. Add the animation. I don't like going for things without having some kind of way to like. I didn't know if you board bounce. And I actually succeed if I try to combo off of the bounce man. So I was hoping that it would draw these.
This is what I mean with the dragon sugar stack I bought.
And then I lose all my permanents, but I don't get them all back, so just all my stuff is exiled. But these are like my new sideboard type that I just bought off back like before the tournament started. They've actually been really good.
I got pretty
I mean, when you think about it, like,
most of the cards on her list were common, and I'm just like, I'm just gonna wait. I definitely
Sure. Dark Ritual.
Yep.
Dark Ritual.
Yep.
Dark Ritual. Dark Ritual.
Oh boy.
Let everyone do it.
4 of a kind. That can't be good.
So that's 3, 5, 7, 9 mana.
if you don't hit the lane line,
Not often I see that much
We're in the
mana.
same state as like every cool stuff, but we're not mirroring anything.
Florida's pretty big. Florida's pretty big.
It is. We were originally going to leave next week, but
Resolve.
things happened.
Ah, gotcha.
My uncle was also moving with us, but then started having stroke-like symptoms, and he can no longer drive us. So now we either fly or which one
So I've already played a land. I'm at 20. Out of Dark Rituals. Cabal Rituals kind of garbage.
Today we want to leave
Monday he'll probably do it.
It's a weird situation.
Yeah. Let him know ahead of time and then remind him. He will forget.
I mean, he brought me there for it last time.
Or if I can have my Jason, I can also use it.
I have third damage. It's kind of nice to do the turn one missile bro. I was hoping they
Play it instead of.
yeah.
because at that point, after game 2, I knew that you only had cages and the ley lines. So you weren't playing with surgical. So I was
That was the
like,
thought process.
I was hoping
Taking
that you
out.
didn't get the 4.
What do you like?
But if you were
They
jumping
both
over
got
the
eyes
whole
on
thing
the
in the first,
first.
Yeah,
I definitely was lost because you forced you forced the end 2.
No.
They actually had multiple enemies.
Doesn't work.
Like it depends on my hand. Give you life.
You don't force
Not
the
something
original
that I can
I
cast.
did.
It's like the one saving grace. Like it's really fun against playing Reanimator or playing Charge.
Let me think.
That's a lot more, though.
Versus.
Seems pretty terrible.
No, probably 10 reanimation spells. Yes, I forced that. Also because I flush for my hand.
You learned a new word today.
Flush for my can't use against reanimation spells. So I would stop the distance. Go.
Shit. Flicker Wisp. Okay. Draw off Probe.
Oh, you did
Oh, we're living the dream.
Well, it was a big call.
Oh, yeah.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7.
No.
I thought
Probe again.
I was like, what if he has echoing truth in his hand? And he just sits there like dead in the water with like 2 mana in play or whatever, and you just exile my warlord or whatever I can see.
That's a lot of those.
Empty for 16 gobos.
Yeah. I'm gonna have a hard time beating that.
All
You're
you.
so lost.
I don't think I beat that. Elemental. Remove one of your tokens. Go ahead.
They made that 4
Read a 4 years and 2 to 3 flushes for it.
It all depends on the play. If I was on the play, I think
Fatal push the Flicker Wisp.
That's gonna do it. I mean,
well, that matchup
I already was gonna do it, but
go for the
did it.
dragon at least first. You know what I mean? I'm just trying to get Crystal Dragon into play.
Nice.
Yeah, I gotta retool my sideboard big time. I've got some garbage cards floating around, which cost me big time today.
Yeah, like what?
Bantu's Last Reckoning.
You go turn 1, fetch land, pass.
It was so bad.
Yeah.
I was like, you know, how bad could it be versus Death and Taxes? It's like, it was so bad. Like, I cut Massacre for it, and like, just completely lost because of it.
Yeah.
Like, sitting with it in hand, and then,
I mean, if you're thinking of it just for Death and Taxes, I mean,
No,
Virtue's
not-
Ruin.
yeah, not just for Death and Taxes. It was for killing. I wanted the card that could kill every creature on board that I cared about, and that list included.
Reanimation targets.
No, I wasn't as worried about those because that's really far out of hand. What's his face? The conspiracy guy.
Leovold.
Leovold. I was like, I want a spell that kills Thalia and Leovold. And what I should have picked is this red card that costs 1 red, can't be countered, does 4 damage to a blue or white creature.
Yeah. Rending volleys.
That would have been plenty deep enough. And instead, I was like, I'm gonna go deeper.
Yeah.
It was so bad.
Yeah, that card's very good.
So freaking bad. So
Yeah, I wasn't sure about the mulligan. You know, I kept because I had the Rest in Peace, and this deck is just such a crapshoot. Like, mulligan's okay, but it doesn't have ways of like fixing your draws, so it's really, if you have like lands and stuff to do like in a win condition and like a way to interact, it's hard to justify the mulligan.
Yeah, I mean, in a lot of ways the deck feels like failure or bust, but like you can't really.
Can't mulligan every hand that doesn't have Thalia.
Yeah, you know, like. So this was horrible.
Yes, you can. Do you have any other relevant cards in the matchup?
I'm sorry.
Wait, Death and Taxes for Storm?
I have a lot of I have a lot of relevant cards in the matchup.
I got it.
What are you?
Like, what other cards really effective? Okay.
The board?
Yeah.
Phyrexian Revoker, Sanctum Prelate.
What does Revoker sell?
I mean, he prevents him from using Lion's Eye Diamond or Lotus Petal.
Yeah.
That's, LED's pretty big to shut down.
Yeah, LED,
Rest in Peace is relevant.
yes, that's tied for the only, right?
Yep.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Either Sworn Canonists.
Yes.
Yeah.
So
That's two of them, definitely.
Spirit of the Labyrinth can be good.
Yes.
That sounds like a bad decision.
all right.
You just let me borrow the card, Eric.
So
I forgot. I was just borrowed the one bad land from you, correct? I think Bears.
Had like a $1 deal.
I know it's a very good condition.
Yeah, this is
very good care of it.
This is the one.
no.
I have to draw my
It's,
Eric, just
yeah.
curious, but at some point, would you be able to crunch numbers on that for me if I were to
Definitely.
buy it for you?
Yeah, absolutely.
So I play. So let's see. I play green, right? So these are my abrupt decays. These are my Xanthid swarms. These are my
Ground seals.
ground seals.
Right now, dude.
Yeah, I definitely don't want 3 of these. I just wanted to play enough of them that I draw them and see how they
Test
are in the
it.
matchups.
Yeah,
Um,
it seems okay. It protects you against surgical extraction, which is like a big thing.
yeah, if I
And
think
it's
a
a
deck
hate
runs,
card.
if I think a deck runs Deathrite and Surgical, I think it's a reasonable sideboard card.
Yep, like a check pile type deal. And it's also just great against Reanimator.
Yeah, the gross thing with check pile though is like they actually leave in their Kolgan's commands, which is just a freaking disaster when you're giving them targets for it. Because they just don't have enough to bring out.
I think this is pretty close. I mean, I have always liked
Is this yours?
That's Tim's.
You dropped a few dollars.
Oh, Bailey,
You need at least a sufficient amount of people.
I've always liked what's it called? It's something of the night, Dread of Night.
Yeah, I've run Dread
Knight's
of Night
pretty neat.
before.
Deck's actually like really good.
So I feel like
You're
this.
basically playing Black Red Reanimator, except you just have to
Like, I want a
just
card
instantaneously
versus
kill someone without actually like any kind of
control.
retaliation.
Yeah,
But I haven't been happy
You know
with
what I
Defense
mean?
Grid, and I wasn't.
I don't like Defense Grid.
I wasn't liking the Gearapor.
How do you have gear report?
Hope of Gearapor either.
What's Hope of the Gear for?
The 1 casting cost artifact creature when it damages an opponent.
Yes.
At any point, yeah, you can sacrifice it if it's dealt damage to opponent, and then they can't play spells.
It's like a
non-creature
worse
spells.
Xanthid Swarm, but it's better because it's colorless.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah. It also stops them from playing spells on their turn. Like there are times where you actually like can get multiples of them and like hit them and then make it so they can't play spells on their turn and still have one later.
Do you play with Abrupt Attack?
It's really only like Sneak and Show is the only matchup where I've been happy with it because it actually is just like really good against them.
Yes.
There's plenty of that tonight.
This is really good against Sneak and Show too.
Yeah, I think the Hope might actually be better.
Enchanted Swarm? No.
Versus
Well, the
Sneak and Show.
colorless mana, yeah.
Well, regardless of the colorless mana, the fact that you can use it preemptively to stop them from killing you. Like there
I
are,
thought it said it dealt damage, you said.
If it dealt damage this turn, right?
Yep.
How are you going to deal damage on my turn?
if it's dealt damage this turn, they can't play spells until your next turn.
Oh, you did. Oh,
That's what yeah.
Oh,
It
okay.
shuts them
I
down
didn't hear that part. Yeah.
for a full cycle.
That's interesting.
So it shuts them off on their turn from playing non-creature spells.
That is interesting.
Okay.
Which it can, like, and you know, there's things you can draw. Like even if you've seen their hand and you know they've got a counter, it's like sometimes you hit them, stop them from winning on their turn, and you can draw a discard spell. Or just play spells and maybe they don't counter the right thing. Like that happens too.
Our sideboards are pretty close. Like, my difference is like basically these two would be Flusterstorms,
Yeah,
and that
I-
would be the non.
I really didn't like Flusterstorm.
It's just for it's for the combo matchups, really,
Yeah,
and it's okay. It's not great.
It's got a serious drawback of not being able to get it out of your hand, and I found the same problem with Fatal Push. Like I've had many games now so I've only played it with Fatal Push this week and the week before, and both weeks I've had times where I've got a Fatal Push in my hand, an Infernal Tutor, and no LED, and I'm just like, oh, this game should be over. If this was Dread of Night, I could just jam it. If I just didn't sideboard, I could have just fired off a Duress, and instead I'm sitting here with an answer to a non-existent threat.
Right.
So like I like Chain of Vapor.
Yeah, Chain of Vapors.
You know, like you can fire Chain of Vapor off on your own Lotus Petal if you need to.
Yeah.
And build Storm. But yeah, I've been unimpressed with Fatal Push so far. Oh.
Yeah, it's like it's only for a few specific things. It's for your Thalias and your Gaddock Teagues and your Ethersworn Canonists and your Deathrite Shamans potentially. And Leovolds if you can set up your fetch lands or a Lotus Petal. But yeah, if your opponent doesn't play those cards, it's
What do we do?
Yeah, like I want to test out the Rending Volley.
oh yeah, Rending Volley's sweet.
It feels like 4 damage to a white
A white or a
Yeah,
blue, and it's actually that deals with every creature that matters.
Death rate's the only one that doesn't, right?
Yeah, death rate's like
Not really high for him.
yeah, Rending Volley might be better than the Fatal
Oh, it also
Pushes.
doesn't deal with what's the other one?
We're all bad here.
No, it doesn't deal with.
That's what you bad.
I guess it's not fast enough for this creature. Pyromancer's not fast enough, is it?
That's not
Yeah,
yeah.
Pyromancer's not a major problem.
No, we're
Like this
thinking
is kind of
just-
where I thought I like.
just to kill the hate bears.
This is where I thought I kind of should be with the list. Based off of like taking a ton of lists and comparing and compiling them. Like this is where I ended up.
So if you do
But
this,
like I hated this type of thing was my point. I also don't love the fact that Rending Volley is red.
right, because you almost want to play like a Badlands or something at that point, and you'd have to cut your second island, which
I don't
wouldn't
like.
be crazy, but yeah, you're playing it for a reason.
Yeah, I
Or
really,
you could play it as a second Volcanic. You could just play 2 Volcanics, and then it still functions as the island.
I probably run a. That's the thing is like Badlands can't be fetched by the flooded strands.
Yeah, Badlands is it rounds things out a bit, and black is the more important color, but you're reducing your number of blue sources.
Yeah, I don't know.
How many red sources do you have? Just one.
Yeah, I've got the Volcanic and then the Lotus Petals and LEDs. I mean, the thing that taps for red the most by far is LED because you're using it before you get past In Flames.
Yeah, see, I use the Trop because, as opposed to the Bayou, for the same reason that you want the island, so it wouldn't make it would probably put things a little bit off balance if you swapped an island for a Badlands.
Yep.
You could do it for a volcanic island though, if you want to play more of those, if you want to test it out, and it wouldn't affect your color balance. It would affect your basic balance, but you still have 2 basics, which is I think that's fine, and I understand why you like having more, and it's interesting to think about. Depends on how you want to do your sideboard.
Yeah, it depends on how much Blood Moon you play against.
Right.
Like that's really the main consideration.
Yeah.
What is that important against for game counter? Just Leovold?
Oh yeah, Leovold
That's the only
or
big thing that.
And Chalice, like any of the
Oh, I
like
guess yeah, that goes
Meddling
through challenge.
Mage.
yeah.
Oh
they're-
yeah, it gets through Chalice. Yeah.
Chalice, or if you are up against like a hate bear situation where it's like Matt said, like meddling mage plus force of will, that type of thing. But yeah, it's mostly Leovold. In Leovold decks, typically they're like the check pile list are not running the Wastelands. It's not like the Grixis Delver.
Yeah.
And Grixis Delver does not support Leovold typically.
Nope. They don't have hate bears.
One of my ups for a while was drop six.
I think he'd be fine in the deck.
It's actually, now that we're talking about it, it's probably better than Fatal Push, because what are you bringing Fatal Push in against in a non-hate bear situation? If your opponent's not playing hate bears, you're probably not boarding in Fatal Pushes. Like, is there a non-hate bear situation you can think of where you'd bring in your Fatal Pushes?
I mean, increasingly no, just because of how many problems I've run into. In theory, it's great to have Fatal Push. Like, if you could just